Have you ever caught yourself saying, "I'll start tomorrow," again and again, only to find that you are still stuck in a cycle of laziness? Many of us feel this way. It is a familiar experience when we feel so unmotivated that even getting out of bed becomes a huge challenge. This habit of always putting things off can feel like a heavy weight on our shoulders that stops us from reaching our dreams and goals. When we say, "I'll start tomorrow," it can seem like we are giving ourselves a break from the responsibilities that life brings. But in truth, it only delays the inevitable work that needs to be done. We keep postponing our plans for another day, and soon we find that our days are filled with missed chances and unfinished tasks. This endless cycle of delay can trap us in a state where we feel powerless and overwhelmed. Laziness can be very damaging. It makes us feel like we are not doing enough and that our lives are not moving forward. Each time we push things off, we lose a little bit of our energy and our hope. It is like being caught in quicksand. The more we struggle without taking a simple step, the more stuck we feel. Important tasks are left undone, and we begin to worry about our future. When we delay our work, we may miss deadlines or forget promises we have made to ourselves or to others. This not only affects our daily routine but also hurts our self-esteem and confidence. One of the reasons we get caught in a cycle of laziness is because we feel overwhelmed by the size of our tasks. When a job seems too big, our minds trick us into thinking, "I cannot do this right now." Instead of seeing the task as a series of small steps, we imagine it as one huge mountain that is impossible to climb. This feeling of overwhelm makes us freeze. We end up doing nothing, which only makes the mountain seem even bigger in our minds. It is important to understand that laziness is not a sign of weakness. It does not mean that we are not smart or strong enough. It is simply a state of mind where our motivation has taken a rest. Everyone feels unmotivated sometimes, and it is okay to feel that way. However, if we let laziness hold us back, it can stop us from living the life we truly want. We may feel as if we are wasting our time or missing opportunities that could make us happier. One of the first steps to overcome laziness is to admit that we have a problem. It is not easy to say, "I am feeling lazy," because we might worry about what others think or feel bad about ourselves. But recognizing and accepting that you feel stuck is the starting point of all change. Once you accept that you have a challenge, you can begin to plan how to tackle it. You can start by setting small, clear goals for yourself. Instead of deciding to tackle a huge project all at once, break it down into tiny, manageable tasks. For example, if you need to clean your room, start with just picking up your clothes for 10 minutes. Then, move on to organizing your desk. In this way, you build small habits that can lead to bigger changes over time. Another important idea is to stop procrastinating. Procrastination means putting off work because you feel scared or worried about getting started. Sometimes we postpone work because we are afraid of failing or making mistakes. But this habit of avoidance only makes the work pile up, increasing our stress and anxiety. When you do not complete tasks on time, you start to feel guilty and frustrated. The stress of knowing that a task is waiting for you can make your laziness grow stronger. One of the best ways to fight procrastination is to set a timer. Work for 10 minutes without any distractions, and then take a small break. This method is sometimes called the Pomodoro technique, and can help you slowly build momentum. In addition to changing our habits, we must also look at our surroundings. Our environment has a big role to play in how motivated we feel. If you live in a space that is cluttered or unorganized, it can be very hard to feel focused and energized. A messy room or a disorganized workspace can sap your energy and make you feel even more stuck in laziness. Try to create a clean and orderly area that is just for work or study. When you change your surroundings, you change your mindset too. It is much easier to feel motivated when your environment supports your goals. The people around us also influence our behavior. If you spend most of your time with individuals who are negative or do not strive for more, their attitude may rub off on you. To break this cycle of laziness, try to surround yourself with people who encourage you and push you to do better. Join groups or communities where people share their progress and support each other. A friendly word or a small piece of advice from someone who is positive can make a big difference in how you feel about your own abilities. Motivation is another important piece of the puzzle. When you are motivated, you feel a burst of energy to get things done. But motivation is not something that you either have or do not have, it is something that you can create. To build motivation, find reasons to do what you need to do. Think of the benefits that will come from completing a task. Visualize how you will feel once you have finished a project or reached a goal. Sometimes it helps to write down your goals and put them somewhere you can see every day. This constant reminder can be a great source of inspiration and help pull you out of the cycle of laziness. Sometimes small successes make a big difference in how motivated we feel. Celebrating even the tiniest victory, like getting out of bed on time or completing a small part of a task, can boost your confidence. When you praise yourself for a job well done, you build a positive momentum that encourages you to take on bigger challenges. It is important to remember that every small step matters. Progress, no matter how little it seems, is still progress. Do not worry about being perfect. Just focus on doing a little bit better each day. I know from my own experience that overcoming laziness is not easy. There was a time when I felt overwhelmed by everything I wanted to do, and I kept pushing it off. I remember feeling like I was failing myself. But I learned that the best way out of this cycle was to begin with small, achievable goals. I made a plan and started slowly. I kept a simple list of daily tasks and made sure to check them off, one by one. I also created a clean workspace and joined a group of friends who all worked hard on their own projects. Over time, I found that my energy increased and my confidence grew. I was able to break free from the habit of procrastination and start working on my dreams. One important lesson I learned is to be kind to myself. It is easy to get upset when things do not go as planned and to feel like you have failed. But treating yourself harshly only makes it harder to try again. Being gentle with yourself allows you to recover faster and to understand that mistakes are a part of life. Self-compassion is like giving yourself a little boost of encouragement when you feel low. Treat yourself like you would treat a friend, supportive, caring, and understanding. Another helpful strategy is to make a clear plan and stick to it. Write your goals on paper and divide them into small steps. This plan can act like a roadmap that guides you every day. When you face a difficult task, look at your plan and take just one small step. Each step will gradually build up, and soon you will see that you have made significant progress. Planning helps to reduce the feeling of overwhelm and replaces it with a sense of direction. Even when some days you feel more tired than others, having a plan makes it easier to get back on track. There are also tools and methods that can help you fight laziness. For instance, using a calendar or a planner to track your tasks can help you manage your time better. Apps on your phone can remind you to take breaks or to focus on your work. Sometimes, just having a small reminder to get started is all you need to overcome the inertia that laziness creates. Experiment with different tools until you find the ones that work best for you. It is also very important to remember to take care of your body and mind. Exercise, even a short walk every day, can lift your spirits and energize your body. Eating healthy food, getting enough sleep, and finding moments of relaxation can all contribute to a more positive attitude. When you care for yourself, you are less likely to fall into the cycle of laziness. Self-care is not selfish. It is a necessary part of staying motivated and happy. Moreover, consider that sometimes feelings of laziness can come from being too comfortable in your routine. Try to mix things up by learning something new or taking on a different type of challenge. New experiences can spark creativity and boost your energy levels. Whether it is a hobby, a new sport, or even reading a different type of book, these new activities can remind you that life has much more to offer than the comfort of doing nothing. In conclusion, breaking free from laziness is a process that needs time and commitment. It starts with admitting that you have a problem, and then taking small steps every day. Change does not happen all at once. Instead, it happens bit by bit, with each small action paving the way for bigger achievements. Begin by setting clear, small goals, create a supportive and organized environment, and let yourself be inspired by positive people and experiences. Celebrate every little success, and remember to care for yourself along the way. If you feel overwhelmed by the challenges of laziness, take a moment to breathe and remember that every day is a new chance to start fresh. With a clear plan and a willingness to take one small step at a time, you can break free from the cycle of procrastination and start working toward the life you dream of. You have the power to overcome laziness, build new habits, and achieve your goals. Let today be the day you begin your journey toward a more active and fulfilling life. Like, comment, and subscribe to Daily Positivity for more simple tips and uplifting messages to help you every day.